Warning. If you watch this show, it's full of spoilers for Arrow, Flash, Shield, Gotham, Constantine when it comes out. Enjoy it.
And then read more comics.
Okay, you can put your hand down now.
Tell them what the show's about.
Well, the show is basically going to be about just all of the... Well, since Marvel's got the movies, DC's now getting the TV shows. Mm-hmm. So, I went to Dan here and said, hey, well, why don't we do a recap of the TV shows? And so he does The Walking Dead. And so, I thought that would be a great idea because there's no real thing going on with the DC shows anyways. So I figured why not do it at the comic book store that we both go to. We both love Arrow and Flash. Mm-hmm. More of a classic Green Arrow fan.
I'm more of a classic both, but
right.
I like these for their own thing.
And I like Arrow and the new Flash. So it's brought to you by...
Do you have a soundboard on your phone?
I have a soundboard on my phone. And all right, so
let's start off with Flash. It's a new show. New show. We got a new pilot. Just aired on Tuesday.
Yep. Which is amazing because now you have the whole week basically because Constantine's coming out on October 25th, 24th, and that's going to be on NBC.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about. Let's lay out the shows that we're going to be talking about. So if you don't want to watch this, turn us off now, I guess.
Right.
So
spoilers.
Obviously Flash, Arrow. We'll touch on Gotham. We'll touch on Shield.
And then as
more shows comes out,
and then
this Wolverine thing comes out. Probably won't be for a few years.
Or when Supergirl apparently because Supergirl's really getting fast updated and not having a pilot and all.
She's not the fastest man alive.
No, she's not. But all right, so let's just get into it.
Go into Flash.
Flash. Okay, so the pilot was amazing. If you didn't see the leaked pilot of...
Turn this off.
Yeah.
Turn this off now.
Turn this off now.
Not the leaked pilot. If you haven't seen any of these shows, probably turn it off.
Yeah. But if you haven't, what are you doing with your life? I liked it. I liked it when I first saw it. I liked it when I secondly saw it. I like it when I third saw it, so that's 3 times now. Mm-hmm. I do. I mean, they've got it right. They have the right guy. They have the right setting. Mm-hmm. The graphics and how they make him run is perfect.
It looks beautiful. They're doing a wonderful job. I do like the casting. I think that they did a good job going with the young Barry Allen.
Right.
Going with something like that. The pilot, while it was really well shot, it was really well written, I had a lot of problem with the dialogue. The dialogue was the cheesiest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I know.
And it's a pilot, we're going to see that.
Right.
I mean, we've seen that in most pilots.
Right.
The Arrow pilot was pretty bad when it came to dialogue. And actually, the first season was pretty bad when it came to dialogue.
Yeah.
But the story was good. It kept me intrigued. I'm a little biased because it's my character.
Right.
But at the most part, it picked up season 2 when it went to go. But Flash, the pilot, so they introduced all the characters that we need to see.
Exactly.
They did everything they needed to do.
Right.
We got the West family.
Yes.
Which leads me to believe that maybe we'll get a black Wally West.
Yeah.
That might be cool, really awesome.
I know. I think they're going to mix the new 52 Flash with a bit of the old Flash.
Yeah.
And I think it's awesome that they're having the 90s Flash as the father of the new Flash. So, also, this is why this...
Did you cry at that scene?
Yes. I did.
The jail scene?
Little tear. And I think this is also going to... The show's going to kind of work because you do more of the technical stuff with the cameras and the shooting and the dialogue and all that stuff. And I'm just more... I mean, we're both comic book people.
Oh, you mean this show right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think more of an imaginary state and how awesome the things were and how good of relatable to the comic books it will be. Mm-hmm. So I think I just wanted to side note that.
So what they're watching is fans talking about the TV shows that are absolutely huge. We didn't have these when we were children.
No, we did not.
We had the comic books. We had to read.
Right.
Now kids don't have to read anymore. They just go watch the TV show.
I know.
But, I mean, that it's good because I would have loved to grow up with these TV shows.
Oh, my God. I saw Lois and Clark when I was a little kid. That was awesome. Mm-hmm. But and now I see it, and it's completely cheesy. But no, okay. So back to the Flash. Now
What else can we say about the Flash?
The Flash. Well, I mean, what are we? Now we've seen the pilot. Now we're getting alluded to all the bad guys. Now we've seen Weather Wizard. Captain Cold's gonna be the next guy. My thought.
We got our allusion to the finale, the very last scene in the pilot, which Reverse Flash, Dr. Zoom.
Yep.
Yeah. So and okay, so let's talk about that for a second.
Okay.
I have a problem, and maybe it's because it's part of the comic book world, and they're like, well, we have these readers who knows what's going to happen, so let's just do it. I think they revealed the main villain that's going to happen throughout the whole season, maybe a few seasons, a little too early. But like at the same time, it's like we knew it was coming. You and I knew it was coming.
Right.
We've read all these comics.
Yeah.
We know what's going on. But was it early? What do you think?
I had that thought. I thought, okay, maybe it's a little early to bring out everyone all at once, show all their cards, but I think that's going to be good because it's alluding to what's going to happen through the whole, like, listen, this is what this whole season's going to be about, and then we're going to lead up to the ending of season 1, and it's going to blow us away, obviously. And, you know, Batman is on there. Not to mention that, you know, like, my also thoughts were, what storylines are they going to go with? Are they going to go with the New 52 storylines? Or are they going to go with the old Jeff Johns storylines?
It seems like well, if they're gonna try to match Arrow. I mean, it's the same company, same network. Probably gonna try to match Arrow, which Arrow did a little bit of both as well.
Yeah,
they had New 52. They had some Day One stuff. They had all kinds of stuff. They had a little bit of Longbow Hunters on the island, but I mean, they could really go anywhere. They're bringing in Captain Cold, which is a huge Flash. I mean, that's a huge Flash in New 52, really. Exactly. So there's that right there. What do you feel? How do you feel about Captain Cold?
I like him, but a lot of people want the sleeveless, muscly, you know, hooded, white, blue, snow kind of suit. Yeah. But obviously, when you're in TV and you want to make him a realistic kind of guy, you're gonna put maybe black on. Yeah. And have the cold gun, because they show him having the cold gun, but it's not like, you know, it can't be like the comic books, because obviously when Canary was first appeared, she didn't have the yell, she just had a sonic thing.
They made it practical.
Right, they made it practical, so they're going to make Captain Cold practical. My thing is that I can't wait to see when they bring Grog in. I want to see how they do that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Captain Cold, he is a cool character. No very pun intended. I promise. He's a very cool character. He's got an attitude. He's a villainous attitude. He'll definitely talk smack and actually have stuff to back up. So, yeah, it'll be interesting when it comes to dialogue. Hopefully they pick it up like they did in Arrow with the dialogue. But I think we'll have to see on that one.
Hopefully it doesn't get cold. What? No? Anyone? No? Okay. All right, fine.
Yeah. No. All right. No, totally. Puns all day. Yeah. We should have a pun meter on there, right in the corner.
Yeah. No, again, Flash is going to be amazing. Now, what did you think? Have you seen the pictures of Reverse Flash?
I have.
What do you think?
Okay, so I can really appreciate that the costume is exactly the same.
Right.
Different colors.
Yes.
I can appreciate that, because while it may be more practical to do that in the TV world, I mean, it's probably easier for them. It's still it's pretty accurate.
Right.
I mean, Reverse Flash and Flash in the comics, they had the same exact suit. They were just different colors.
And I like how it goes from like yellow and it fades into black.
Gradient down.
Yeah. And I like how it's like Flash covers his chin, as you can clearly see there. But then Reverse Flash is more round. Yeah. So you can't really tell who it is.
Right.
So it's, by the way, P.S. I'm trying to make this costume, and I've got everything else, but the goddamn stupid jacket I cannot find for the life of me. Oh my god, that's going to be the hard part. Are you
still using youth smalls?
Yes, I'm using youth smalls. Like, I'm going to use these pants right here, if you can see them probably can't see them. But I'm going to use these pants. I have a Flash costume mask I'm going to use. And I got that part. It's just a goddamn fucking jacket.
So speaking of the color, you were telling me before the show, you've seen a lot of people talking about the color and how it's a maroon rather than bright red, which the classic was red,
right?
But the New 52 is maroon. It's
exactly.
a dark red, almost brown.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that they're doing it this way, and they're trying to be current. Okay, let's face it. These shows are not trying to appeal to the older audience.
They're trying to appeal to a newer, broader audience.
Yeah, and that's just how the business works. Yeah. And so doing something like that is I mean, it makes sense. It's not like they just randomly changed it to piss people off.
Right, and they did a comparison. One person did a comparison where they have the maroon suit and then they have the bright red suit.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, the maroon suit looks better.
Mm-hmm.
The bright red didn't go very well because it's like out there. Like if you have like that 4H TV. You'll want to turn down the color because it's bright.
Just
so
turn the knob.
Yeah.
Color knob.
Yeah, the color knob. It's 2014. There's no more color knob. You
have a knob.
You take the phone and you're just like, oh, excuse me, color it down, like that.
Okay, so enough about Flash.
Right.
The Flash is the pilot. We're going to see a lot more in the upcoming weeks. Let's go to Arrow.
Okay, hang on.
Nice transition.
Thank you.
Very good.
Okay.
I'll have to put a graphic or something on it.
I was surprised. I was happy when I found that. So, I'm gonna go to Arrow now. I'm gonna do this.
You have failed this city.
It's an amazing soundboard. Yeah. So, when that was on, Flash was an encore. So I took my Arrow hoodie and I wore that with a Flash T-shirt underneath it, and I felt pretty awesome. But the TV is so far away that I'm nearsighted, so I couldn't wear the mask. I had to take the mask off, put my glasses on, and enjoy the episode. But
but that episode from the transition from Flash to Arrow, we have to mention that in the pilot of Flash, Arrow's in it.
Right.
I mean, he runs to Starling City.
Yeah.
And speaks to Arrow.
It's
and then the end of the episode, he gets a call from Barry.
Yeah.
Hey, can we talk?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hence
right
why
at the camera.
Yeah. Hence why they did our encore episode of The Flash.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the beginning.
Okay.
Now, it's season 3. They've had the city is now understanding that Arrow. They call him Arrow now.
Mm-hmm. He's not the Hood anymore.
Right. He's the Arrow now, and he's taking out bad guys, not killing them, not like no one
non-lethal action.
Right. So Roy's got a costume now.
Yeah.
Pretty badass costume. But he's more of the flips now. He's doing the parkour stuff.
Yeah, and he's Speedy this time. I mean, they didn't call him Speedy, but in the comics, you know him as Speedy.
Right.
Before he becomes Arsenal.
Right.
Yeah.
It's funny because in the comic book, that's season 2.5, it's between season 2 and 3. Mm-hmm. There's one part where he calls him Speedy, and Roy's like, I would literally pay you $100 not to call me that.
because Oliver Queen's poor as shit.
Right. Right. So, so now Oliver Queen has lost Queen Consolidated. He doesn't have a job. He lives in the Arrow Cave. Mm-hmm. Everything's fine now because now they're taking out people. They're working together. Felicity, Roy, Diggle, him, all working together. What did you think about that CGI bow?
Oh, okay.
Because I thought that was a little, just scotch much.
So season 1.
Right.
I love that bow.
I have that bow
In fact, I just bought it.
Right.
It's in the mail. It's coming to my house right now. I love that bow a lot.
Right.
Second season, when they came out with the hybrid.
Yeah.
The hybrid compound, I was like, no, that's not allowed. You're not allowed to do that.
I know.
And that's just me being a fanboy.
Right.
He got the compound. It's like, that just makes it way easier for you to shoot. I thought you were supposed to be an expert archer.
No, I felt that way too because I just made that bow for the costume, and then I see that one, I'm like, you sons of bitches.
So when they made it to where that same exact, it was the same exact bow.
Right.
But now it could transform into a handheld cell phone looking thing.
I know.
That's not okay. I'm not okay with that.
Yeah.
But looking past that, having Captain Lance talk and renege on
the hood hunt.
Yeah, the vigilante hunt.
Right.
Yeah. So he mentions, he goes, we're not okay with vigilantes, but he has done a lot for the city, so we're going to give him a pass. We're going to let him do his thing.
Right. And I like how Laurel and him are
Standing
working together.
There.
Yeah, and they're working together. So like Arrow catches the bad guys, Laurel convicts them, and on their merry way.
Very dangerous, but yeah.
Very dangerous. But I have to say, I made the mistake of going on the Tumblr before the episode aired, and I saw the ending, and I'm like, I don't want to see that. And then
let's go back to the middle stuff. Later.
Right.
Let's talk about this ending.
No, I don't want to talk about it because I know what they're doing.
So I saw this happening since the second to last episode of last season.
Right.
When we saw Sarah, who... When Sarah became Black Canary, it kind of confused the hell out of me. And then as the season went on, I go, okay, I see what they're going to do.
Right.
But at the same time, they split up now. Oliver calls his sister Speedy, and it's like, well, she's not Speedy. Where'd that come from? And now it's Red Arrow.
Yeah.
So I get how they're splitting up characters like that and just pulling them apart.
Right.
And I thought they were going to stick with Sarah of being Black Canary, and they were just going to pull that apart and make it two different characters. And then the season finale happened, and I'm like, okay, so this is when Laurel starts training.
Yeah.
And then I had that face because it's there, but it's not there.
Right.
And then the ending.
Yeah.
When Sarah gets murdered by 3 arrows in the chest.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And then flips over
and lands on a dumpster
with her head
right in front of Laurel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I go, okay, so this is where she becomes the Black Canary.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, the League of Shadows. Okay, so what's your theory on who killed her?
I think it's
because we heard her voice.
Right, we heard her voice, and I think
it was Arrow's voice. It was his modulator voice.
Right, and I think I know who it is, but I don't want to say it because I think they're alluding to this character as a big step.
Is it Roz?
Yeah. I
think it very well could be Roz.
Yeah, because they did one trailer at Comic-Con where they showed Roz and an empty... They did a Batman reference in Arrow because in the Batman comic books, Roz buys a building in Gotham and it's an empty building.
Yeah, because I thought the same thing too because I went back and I thought about it. I was like, okay, so this makes sense. This is how I justified it to myself.
Right.
This makes sense because nobody's supposed to know, or she was trying to portray, nobody's supposed to know that she's back in town.
Right.
And she didn't want to tell anybody, and she probably escaped and did something.
Yeah, because at the end of the season 2, she promised her life back to them.
Right.
So and you can't really break a promise to Ra's al Ghul without consequences.
And this... So, I just put this together in my head just now. Bear with me, people. This may be what leads to the new Birds of Prey, Future's End.
Yes.
Because Birds of Prey, Future's End, I'm going to spoil this because it's my favorite book so far of this year that I've read this year. Future's End, Birds of Prey.
Right.
Black Canary now has taken control of the League of Assassins, destroyed it, and now has created the Hoods.
Yeah.
So, since if it is Roz and he did kill her sister, I could totally see that happening. But I'm not okay with Laurel being at least her casting being Black Canary.
After that happened, someone on Twitter and Tumblr said, "Well, they were like R.I.P. Sarah," and then they kind of did like an emoji. I didn't know you could do an emoji of an elbow winch, but they were like, maybe because Supergirl's coming. I'm like, her as Supergirl?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Supergirl, the show's coming.
Yeah.
And so maybe they killed her off because
They're gonna cast her
as Supergirl. I'm like,
that could totally happen. I can see that
Yeah,
happening.
that
I
could
mean,
be.
I'm actually somebody said something today. Oh, she's got to go do another show. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe that makes sense.
Maybe.
I stay off the internet most of the time.
but
for that.
still though, why? It's such perfect Black Canary.
It was, but it also wasn't. But at the same rate, I think Sarah was a better Black Canary than Laurel will be. But I don't think either one of them was a real Black Canary.
True.
Because they're totally... I mean, I don't know. But with that said, maybe this brings Wildcat into the mix.
It does. Speaking of that, they already posted the pictures of a young Wildcat meeting Laurel.
Okay.
So, and then Laurel at New York Comic Con. If you're at New York Comic Con right now...
Right now, actually.
I'm jealous. Because they showed the Power Ranger trailer. But I'm also jealous because they had the Arrow panel there as well, and Laurel was showing off her muscle. And she's got some pretty good...
So she is working out
Yes.
to become... Okay.
Right.
So from season 1 to season 2, she must have dropped like 40 pounds.
Yeah.
She became like grossly like skinny.
Right.
It was ridiculous. So now that she's putting on muscle, I may be more and more okay with her being Black Canary. But I don't. I think she's too much of a pushover, and I can blame this on Hollywood.
Right.
I can blame this on LA. I think she's too much of a pushover and too much of a submissive to be Black Canary.
Right, and I think that's why Wildcat is in it, to make her
To
a little...
toughen her up.
Yeah, a little more edgy, a little tougher up. Okay, so after the heartstrings were tugged,
Yeah.
because I have to go to bed early on the weekdays because I work at the airport, 3:45 in the morning. I was like, how am I supposed to go to bed now? That's not cool. That's not cool.
Yeah,
But
that sucks. Okay, then let's talk about Felicity.
Felicity, amazing. She's always amazing. But I knew that relationship.
She has the most screen presence
Yes,
on that show.
because she's pretty hot. I'm sorry, she's pretty hot. I follow.
I
the
don't want to
actress.
say that, but yes.
Actually, I
She's got
follow
the most screen presence. The best screen presence.
Yeah, I follow the actress on Instagram. She's pretty hot.
Oh, God. There's a window into your bedroom.
Hey, listen.
He's like, yeah, I got a window in my bedroom.
Yeah, well, who doesn't? If you have a windowless bedroom, you A, are crazy, or B, in jail.
You're in Arkham Asylum.
Yeah. So, no, I think when they were trying to start the relationship, I knew that was going to last.
Right. We saw that coming.
Yeah, because when you're a vigilante or a superhero, you can't have a relationship right away.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be that special person that finds out your secret and is totally okay with it and is willing to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
So, knowing that Felicity works with them, I didn't think that was going to work because it obviously didn't work with Canary. Obviously didn't work with Huntress. Obviously didn't work with Laurel, even though he wasn't, Arrow at the time. He was still a douche. Obviously didn't work with Shadow, so it's not going to work for a while.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, I want to say that the date part is one of the many reasons why I want to be a superhero. How awesome is it to go, oh crap, I'm late for my date. Let me shoot an arrow and zip down to the restaurant, use the back door, change, and be like, what's up? Just like traffic was murder.
Not be a sweaty mess.
Yeah, and just be like traffic.
You don't even have to make that excuse. The person knows who you are.
I know, but if the person...
But you want to have that excuse.
Yeah, if the person doesn't know that, I could be like, traffic.
Yeah, but then you can make some stupid Spider-Man pun. It's like...
I know.
Oh, cars were in my way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But no, I think the bad guy in this episode was a little too messy. I mean, come on, Rocket Launcher?
I honestly think... See, okay, so this is what is what I've been thinking about recently. They brought in a big actor to do this.
Right.
A name. They brought him in.
Which is pretty good.
But at the same time, the whole... how I'm thinking about how it was written was... So they brought him in, big name,
right,
with vertigo,
right,
and like you said,
and the fear toxin.
Fear toxin, and so obviously the fear toxin has to do with the scare that we had from Scarecrow last season, and I don't know. Is he going to be the Scarecrow now, because my dilemma was thinking about that was to showing him that he was afraid of himself was to allude to the Oliver versus Arrow comic.
Right.
However, they're throwing in another story with that, with possibly having a real Scarecrow this time.
Right, because he was alluding at the end where he had the Arrow he was tied up. He's saying that Vertigo is not going to die. There's always going to be someone that's going to come back and use it stronger, better, more, stuff like that. So that's basically what the fear toxin is.
Yeah.
So.
And then the fact that they got such a big name.
Yeah.
Maybe he runs the jail for a while because.
Maybe.
I mean, Scarecrow kind of ran Arkham Asylum for quite a bit. So maybe he runs that and builds an army and comes after everybody. Maybe he breaks out Deathstroke, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
And there's all kinds of things that could happen from this point. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
I'm excited. Also, him and Diggle, I liked how Diggle was upset, and then when Diggle actually had the baby, he was like, "Oh, I got it. Thank you."
That's interesting too.
Yeah, and then
I don't know if this is racist or anything. Promise. Bear with me. But maybe he gets to a point where he really just wants to go and do good and be a hero, and then the Lantern Corps shows up.
And then he becomes
Jon Stewart. Yeah.
That
would be amazing.
A stretch.
It's not going to happen.
That's a
It's not going to happen. But have the Green Arrow and Green Lantern matchup would be perfect. I'd be dead. That's the end of my life.
I applaud. No. I applaud you for the stretch.
Thanks.
Okay. Because that was a stretch, but at the same time, that would be awesome.
Well, you got that. You have the Green Lantern, Green Arrow matchup, which alludes to, spoilers, the Flash versus Arrow fight.
Yes, but there's already been a episode that they're going to both be in together where they team up called, what was it? I forgot the name.
Are they going to do it that early, though?
No, it's going to be probably mid-season.
No, but still, in this first season, they're going to just do, they're going to do that story already?
Well, I don't know if they're going to do that story. I know that they've already filmed a team-up.
Yeah, I know that.
So, Brave and the Bold. They're calling it Brave and the Bold.
Ah, right.
So.
Which makes sense. That team-up's fine.
Right.
But I think in Season 2 or Season 3, they might start fighting each other.
Yeah, because they don't see eye to eye. Because Flash has had some time to be the Flash. Arrow's seasoned. And after what happened at the ending, maybe he's got a chip back on his shoulder. Because in the beginning of the episode, he was sounding happy. He sounded happy because everything was molding, working, and now this happens.
And now it's like he can't trust himself.
And now there's the chip again.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Superman, a.k.a. Brandon Routh, a.k.a. Ray Palmer, dropping the freaking mic at the speech.
The speech. Clean consolidated bid for CEO.
I was literally thinking he would bring a mic and just like this and then walk out.
Yeah.
I mean, hacking into the information, using their information against them, and then going, guess what? I'm also going to change the name of the city while I own your company.
And that's the thing. It's like, so they brought in this character to be evil.
Right.
But he's such a likable character that he's going to end up being good. We know that.
Yeah, Ray Palmer is not going to be a bad guy.
No, it's going to end up to where, okay, so this is the biggest thing I saw in the Flash premiere was now with this science, we have the possibility for the supernatural now.
Right.
So now we can start bringing in these magic characters, these science characters,
Firestorm, Atom,
that are not real,
right?
And we can start doing that now because of this giant thing of lightning, which and they said in the pilot, we don't know how many are out there.
Yeah, the dark matter. What was he saying? Dark matter wormholes, I think he said.
Something about gray matter.
Dark matter, gray
matter's your brain. Dark matter and
other things.
Yeah, gamma
and
radiation.
And he was like, that's physically not possible. Gamma radiation. That's.
We're gonna have the Hulk. Yes.
That's
also one of my favorite characters.
That's a different side. We'll talk about that side in a couple
But gamma radiation still exists, Jay.
Right, but that's a different side. No, but yeah, all in all, Arrow and Flash are going to be two great shows on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Which, again, you were speaking of gamma radiation in the other side. Also, now Flash is going to be competing with S.H.I.E.L.D.
Same day?
Yeah, same day, different time.
That's okay.
8, 9, S.H.I.E.L.D. is at 9,
So
Flash is at
for
8.
all you comic book fans, period,
Right.
you can watch them all.
Yeah, you can watch them all. But if you are a DC Marvel fan, which there are those people.
If you're a DC Marvel fan,
Right.
Marvel, you're watching movies.
Right.
DC, you're watching TV.
Exactly. I think that's why DC was like, listen, we got the TV locked down.
Mm-hmm.
Let them do their movies.
And personally, I think TV lends much better to comic books.
Yeah,
Because you have separate issues, you can do
yeah.
all kinds of things.
Yeah, you can do it in increments, not, here's a huge movie that we may potentially screw up. Batman, Superman.
No! Don't say that!
Wonder Woman at the last credits. Come on, it might happen.
I know, but
It's
I feel like
it might happen.
everything rides on this movie.
Oh, there's so much pressure on this movie.
Everything rides on this movie.
So much pressure on this movie. Because if this movie sucks, there's not going to be a Justice League.
And I desperately want a Justice League.
Because they've already, I mean, if they have a Justice League, Aquaman's going to be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But if they...
We'll see what Jason Momoa does with this.
I mean, this movie, no doubt, is going to make money,
Mm.
but let's see if it molds.
It's got to make Batman money for it to go anywhere.
Let's see if it molds together like
the
Avengers or Iron Man or Captain America or Thor or other movies.
Let's not try to compete with Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, let's not do that because you can't do that now. Now that happened, you can't do that. Yeah.
So speaking of Marvel, let's talk about S.H.I.E.L.D.
S.H.I.E.L.D.
Which I have not seen yet.
I've seen some of it. I've sacrificed sleep for it. S.H.I.E.L.D. It's good. It's good, but like a lot of people say that they want more superheroes in the show than they want. Agent Coulson, you can only go so far with Agent Coulson, okay? Because you already killed him off in the Avengers, and then somehow you bring him back, and it's like, what the crap? But I mean, they did very well. They did very well with bringing Lady Sith. They did very well with kind of bringing Deathlock in. They did super well after Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't know how much more you can ride off of backstories of the movies.
If you're gonna do something that's connected to superheroes,
right,
you gotta have your superheroes in it. It just doesn't. I mean, they're trying and they're doing a decent job from what I hear, but there's only so much you can do. Only so far you can go.
Yeah, I mean, they brought Nick Fury into like the 3rd episode, but then you do a rerun for 2 episodes, and you're only in the 1st season.
Yeah.
That's.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's cool. I like it, but I hate to say this. I'd rather go to sleep right after Flash than stay up and see S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah. Yeah, you can always watch it the next day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to give Agent Carter a chance because she's pretty awesome. But I don't know.
Coach Carter? Same person?
Yeah. That's it. Good job. There you go. Way to take 2 completely different things and try
Coach Carter's kind of a superhero.
Kind of.
He's my superhero.
Okay.
What?
We good?
Yeah, we're good.
We're done
Let's
now?
move on. Let's move on.
Okay. The only thing that's compelling right now is that Fitz and Simmons are kind of apart.
Fitzsimmons.
Yeah. I didn't want to screw it up, so I just said Fitz and Simmons, because if I screwed it up, then I would be crucified on the internet.
Right. We're going to be crucified for this no matter what.
Anyways. No, I like this story. I like how Fitz has got some brain issues and Simmons is in his head. But, yeah. Okay. You would think, because it caught me off guard at the first episode, but then when I saw him talk to, Simmons, I was like, wait a minute, I don't think she's really there. I think it's just him, talking to himself.
Right.
And I was right. But now at this latest episode, they brought her back. She was in the field for one part, but not doing a lot. She was more techie kind of person. Right. And then what's the agent that's being held captive?
Agent Captive.
Yes.
Agent number 1.
Yes, let's call him
Agent
that.
007.
Yeah, that.
Hugh Hefner.
Yeah, no.
No?
Not Hugh Hefner.
Too far? I lost you on Hugh Hefner.
Yeah, you lost me. You lost me on Hugh Hefner, man. No, he tells Fitz, "Yo, how was your?" He didn't say "yo," but he's like,
"Yo, dog,
yeah.
Show me your badge."
No, he was
you need
like,
a warrant for this.
Yeah.
You need a warrant to explore this body.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
If we go,
Just keep going.
He's
Go
telling,
past it.
Yeah. I can't go past it when you're just like
just
horribly just like we're here and then we start just going here.
It's okay. That's what I do.
Clearly, but no, he was saying like you're having trouble with your mind, right? You're having trouble remembering things, and then he started talking to Simmons, and he's like, "Who are you talking to?" And he's like, "I'm talking to Simmons," and he's like, "No one's there," and that just like blew his brain even more.
Yeah.
And that's when I went to bed. But I had to go to bed. But I think it's going to be interesting what they do. Because they're still on the run from the government, still on the run from Hydra. So it's...
I'm always on the run from Hydra.
I can't find it. No.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
Okay, so obviously S.H.I.E.L.D. it's got its bumps, but it's a good show.
Okay. I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, the movie's much better. Let's go to another DC.
Okay. Final segment.
Gotham.
I watched the first 3. I kind of binged it. Obviously, the second and third episode were way better than the pilot.
Right.
I really enjoyed the second and third episode. Jim Gordon,
badass.
Pretty much a badass.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys. It's like he's the lawful good of that city.
Right.
I mean, obviously everybody's with the program.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know. If they keep it with like being a cop drama.
Yeah.
Like doing it around the Gotham world and the Batman world. So if we keep it with the cop drama, I think it'll be really good.
Right.
My favorite part about this show so far is Alfred.
Yes.
I think Alfred was perfectly cast. I think he's super well written. He's turning Bruce into the man that is Batman.
Right.
I mean, he's now his father. And we gotta talk about that on the social level. It's like, yeah, you've been a butler for the Wayne family for a very long time. You've been part of the Wayne family for a very long time. But you haven't been a father.
No.
All of a sudden, you're a father.
Yeah,
and you have to take that into responsibility, and you have to do it the way that Mr. Wayne wanted to do it.
Right, and then you have to take Bruce Wayne and you have to turn him into...
I'm Batman.
So, I mean, that's going to be tough. Hey, this is genius.
It's great.
It's gold.
I love it. On the podcast, my co-host Terry desperately wants a soundboard so that we can do this.
This is gold because I got this idea from Jonah Radio and Neil Mahoney, and I love that. That's the best part. But no, I love how
Jonah's not gonna watch this.
What do you think? Terry's burnt over there. Anyways, I love how Bruce was on the top roof. And Alfred, I thought Alfred cussed. I thought he was like, "Hey,
get your ass down here." Please tell the story of how you did that when you lived in Seattle.
Okay. Which one? The parkour one, or when I was Robin?
Where you're Robin.
Okay, so I used to live in Seattle, and I got an apartment in downtown Seattle, and there was a roof access, and I was like, "Oh my god, I got a roof access." So, I made a Tim Drake. I didn't make a Tim Drake outfit just because I had a roof access. I wanted to be Robin, so I had that. So I found out that the roof access door was unlocked one night. So I raced down to my apartment, put on my costume, This is his mask. I put on the costume, ran back upstairs, and I literally was on the roof with my Tim Drake costume on, and the cape. It was like the wind was blowing perfectly, and it was just like, yeah, fluttering in the wind. But at the same time, they don't tell you that you may get a little nervous when you're on the edge of the building and you have no grappling hook or anything to hold on to. So
you know what they don't tell you is how uncomfortable these masks are.
Well,
it's like
mask
digging into my eyeballs right now.
I don't know what that's made of. What is that made of?
Stuff. Hard stuff.
Yeah, my mask is made out
I need
of...
Barry Allen to make me one.
Yeah, mine is made of Warbleplex in some leather, so it's comfortable. Although, do not super glue it to your face, because I did that, and it hurt taking it off the first time.
We're going to put that in the disclaimer in the description.
Yeah.
Don't super glue plastic or leather to your face.
Yeah, don't do that. No, and so I felt awesome, because I was perched on the ledge, and the cape was flaring, and I was just, like, doing this, right? And I could hear, like, the Batman theme song in my head. But then I saw a cop
You mean
car.
Bat Dance by Prince, right?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
Again. I saw a cop car drive on my street, and I'm like, oh, don't see me. Don't see me. I'm like, wait a minute. Why? He's not going to look up. There's a roof. Okay? I'm, 12 stories up. You don't have that good eyes. So I saw him turn the corner, and I'm like, that was pretty cool. But then I saw him turn the corner again and come through my street, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. So I raced downstairs, took off the costume, and saw the cop car park at my front door, and literally I saw a flashlight go up from my window, and I'm like, oh, thank God. Because that would have ended badly.
Yes, very good.
Awesome,
okay.
But badly.
Any final thoughts on Gotham?
Final thoughts. Again, I like what you said. If they keep it a cop drama, and they just keep the villains to being people instead of all of a sudden go to villains.
Yeah. Well, because the biggest thing with that is they don't have Batman, obviously.
Right.
They can't have Batman.
No.
They just, legal issues just can't have
Right.
Batman. They are doing it like a cop drama already.
Right.
Plus, there's not a whole lot of comics that you have source material for, so you got to write from scratch. And if you don't want to piss people off, make it something that's believable. Make it something that's realistic and something that we don't have in these comic books.
Right. Also, didn't know that Barbara Gordon used to dabble in the females.
Oh, is that what was going on there?
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't know much about Barbara Gordon, to be honest.
Me neither, but...
I knew about Barbara Gordon Jr.
Yeah, we know about her, but we don't know about the wife. No. Keep it Law and Order Gotham.
Dun dun.
Yeah, keep it that way. But also, like I said, don't get the villains to... Let's put it this way.
Special Villains Unit.
Let's not... Yeah, that's all. Okay, that was
good.
That was good. That was a good one. Let's not throw everyone in. Let's not throw Joker in. Let's not throw Bane in.
Let's not do that. But let's not introduce a comedian in the pilot.
That's true.
What was that about?
I know. I don't know what that was, but let's not do that. Let's not do Raz.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not do anything that has Batman already in Gotham.
Yeah, they did reference Grundy a little bit.
Let's not do that either.
Let's not do that, but they reference.
Let's keep the people that we have that are human, that rise above, and then become the villains that we know later. Now, and not. Let's not put the Joker. If you're gonna do the Joker, at least make him human first.
Honestly, I just think we've done the Joker too many times.
Yeah.
And since this is not a straight Batman flick, leave him out.
Yeah, leave those guys out, but keep it the way it is.
And they're writing the Penguin really well. I think they're doing a great job with him. He's a little too skinny, but it works.
Let's keep the Flash really to the Flash, and let's not go too far out.
Yes. Let's keep him to the Flash.
Right. Let's keep Arrow to Arrow. Let's not put the chip back on his shoulder, but let's not go back to as far as killing.
Yeah, he doesn't do that, so let's not have him do that.
Let's please Neil Adams, because Neil Adams is awesome.
Yeah, one thing that, and I was going to bring this up, and then you said Neil Adams, he actually brought it up to me, was he's got to be funny.
Yeah, well, okay.
He needs to be funny. That's part of the reason why, and not because I'm funny. Stop it. Not because I'm funny, but that's the reason he's my character, is because he's funny. He's also kind of a badass, but not like Batman or Superman or anything.
Right.
And he's a human. He is very in touch with his humanity, and he loves the people that he's around.
Right. And let's keep him. Let's make him do a little sarcastic jokes. And
stuff. Sarcastic.
Yes.
Not quippy jokes.
Yeah. Let's not put the facial hair on him. You know what I'm talking about. Let's not do that, please.
What's wrong with that? No, he's not that person.
Yeah, let's not do that.
No, he's not.
Yeah, okay. That's awesome. No, I like it. I like what DC's doing.
I also
with the
like
shows.
him before the hood, but let's keep the hood on him.
You did it, didn't you?
I did it. Go ahead.
This is what I want to do to Dan.
I used to be an adventurer like you, and I took an arrow in the knee.
That's what I want to do to him right now.
That's Batman's quote.
Yeah, no, but yeah, let's just... DC is doing well.
Yeah.
It's a good start.
Let's keep it going.
Let's make Constantine a great show. Mm-hmm. Let's make Supergirl a great show. Let's not touch Titans yet.
Yeah, not yet. We needed a year or two to process this.
Yeah.
And then we'll get into some Titans.
Yeah. So, so this was the inaugural show.
Yay!
I thank you for watching.
We're gonna do seasons of this.
Yeah.
So once Arrow and Flash are over.
Right. We're gonna take a break, just like The Talking Dead does.
We'll see how it goes.
Right.
If you like and subscribe these videos,
right.
Hey, maybe we'll just keep them going.
Yeah. We'll keep them going. Clearly, because we like how it's going now. We're having these shows to talk about. There's more of us out there, and
we're growing.
Yes. Yeah. I also live tweet the show. I tweet Gotham, Arrow, and the Flash every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Cool.
Because I want to.
Okay.
And it's fun.
And you do a very good job at it.
Yes.
So let's quickly. Where can we find you?
I am at Short Nerdy Man on the tweets. You are at
Danotage, DANOTAGE.
Right, and then you do a podcast.
I do my podcast called Dan Sex.
Right, and it comes out
every Tuesday.
Okay, and then I do Coffee and Comics here at this comic book store every Thursday. Watch more superhero stuff.
Read more comics.
Yeah, that too. We thank you for watching the show, and we will see you next week.